What's the deal, y'all? Before we start, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Trying to get the channel and the videos pushed out to the YouTube algorithm, just so I can help as many people as possible. I greatly appreciate y'all, man. Now, in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about how and when I found out I was chosen. I was a chosen one. And going to start back a little in my childhood. I grew up, never really had a lot of friends, never really had a group of friends ever in my life. I had associates, I had teammates because I grew up playing basketball, but I never really fit in with a group of people, and it was really because of me. I was very standoffish, very to myself, and because of that, people took that as me being cocky, me being arrogant, which was not the case at all. Yes, I was confident, but I felt like everybody should be confident, and people that were confident never really rubbed me the wrong way. So yeah, man, I really didn't fit in with anybody ever, man, through middle school, through high school. I only had my teammates that I was with sometimes when we traveled for AAU and at practice. And that got worse as I got older. Never really found a group of friends, and I was okay with that. It was basically how I liked it. A lot of people call me weird, you know what I'm saying? Just because I used to always say I would rather be alone. You know what I mean? I had my fair share of female friends, you know what I mean? But that was about it. And I only knew about the 3D reality growing up, like many people. Didn't know anything about the spiritual world, didn't know that there were different dimensions at all. I just thought what was here is what it was, you know what I'm saying? And my spiritual awakening came rather recent. It was actually in 2020, once this pandemic, or whatever you want to call it, started. I was playing basketball overseas, and they stopped our season. I was over in Estonia, and I was also playing a lot of games out in Russia. So yeah, they stopped our season, man, sent everybody home, cut our contracts, and I didn't know what to expect. I kind of was depressed, to be honest with y'all. Didn't know if overseas basketball was going to be a thing anymore. It's kind of like a lot of other people around the world. We didn't know exactly what was going on, man. So I started smoking a lot of marijuana. I smoked a little in my past days, but never consistently. And I started smoking a lot every day, just to, ease the pain, so to speak. So yeah, man, I was smoking a lot, and I was home for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I took a walk out in my backyard around the pond, and I had smoked. And while I was walking, I started getting, I guess I was high, you can say. I started getting voices in my head was telling me, like, just clear as day. It says, you are the one, you are chosen, you can do it. It's basically like giving me encouragement to keep going, to have faith. And this conversation, I kid y'all not, man, it was a conversation I was having with a voice in my head. It was like 2 minutes, I don't know, it was weird. And I had this conversation, man, for 20 minutes. I've been high before, and I had things not like that happen, but I had like voices in my head, but never that clear and never anything encouraging like that. So that went on for about 20, 25 minutes, and that was the start of it. And as soon as I came back into my house, I sat down on the couch, and something just told me to turn on the movie Matrix. And I watched The Matrix back when it came out in whenever, 1990 something, maybe early 2000. I don't know exactly when the first Matrix came out, but I remember seeing it when I was a kid, and it was just a boring movie to me. Didn't understand it at all. I think I probably fell asleep. But I watched the movie all the way through, and I pretty much got it. I watched it again the next day, and I understood everything. And the months after that, I started getting a lot of hunches. My intuition was telling me to do a lot of things. I learned how to meditate on my own without ever reading about meditation, without ever knowing anything about meditation at all. Yes, I was still smoking. I kept smoking because I saw that it was helping me spiritually, and it was like opening my mind. You know what I mean? I started attracting a lot of videos, a lot of YouTubers talking about spirituality and law of attraction and things like this, and started taking cold showers, started doing yoga all by myself. And it seemed like every time I started to do something, every time I gained a new habit like meditation, cold showers, yoga, I would attract a video and on YouTube or somewhere, I would see something that would teach me why it is important, and things, a lot of weird synchronicities just started to happen, man, that never happened to me before. And kind of got obsessed with it, and this kept going on, man, for about for about a year and a half, and it's still going on to this day. But back then, it was a lot more intense. I was seeing, every time I would wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, or I would just wake up randomly, I'll pick up my phone, man. It would say 444-333-555-1111. It's getting a lot of repeating numbers constantly every day for months. You know what I mean? And I started to get really deep into meditation and concentration practice and the law of attraction things. And I started to learn that, you know what I mean, we can really create our reality with our minds. And the way and how fast it happened, and going back to that conversation I had and everything that transpired after that, and it's still happening to this day, was my confirmation that I was chosen to do something, you know what I mean? And maybe it's to come on here and speak to people and give inspiration, motivation, knowledge, or whatever it is, man, that I'm going to find out in a later date. But I think this is definitely a step in finding my purpose in life. I play professional basketball. So, yeah, man, I'm just trying to search for that, man. That's another thing, man. I never in my life, I promise y'all, man, I've never picked up a phone and recorded a video of myself ever in my 29 years of life. I've never even taken selfies other than for my mom a couple times when I was out of the country. Less than 5 selfies in my phone, I promise y'all. And just because, I don't know, not that I was scared, but I don't know, I was just never the type to do that. Maybe I just wasn't comfortable, I don't know. But I started a YouTube channel talking about basketball because something just told me to do it, you know what I mean? And it was fun for me. Playing basketball overseas, you get very bored because you're alone and not too much to do. And I don't really like to watch TV and Netflix and all that. So it was just something to kill time, and it was positive, and it was, and I saw that it was giving a lot of people encouragement and also knowledge. So yeah, I started uploading videos talking about my basketball career and things like that. And I was laying down one day and I got a hunch to start talking about the videos that I'm posting on this channel, just because I felt that people or YouTubers that were coming on here and sharing their stories and their things that they learned and things like that really helped me. So I felt like, I mean, I guess it's my duty to share my story and maybe I can help somebody. You feel me? So that's why, and that's how and when I found out, and I know for a fact, man, I'm chosen for a higher purpose, and I'm chosen to raise the frequency and the vibration of people and help as many people as I possibly can. You know what I mean? So if you're watching this, you probably are in the same situation as I am. You probably have a similar story to me. And this is just confirmation, man, for you to keep going, for you to continue to search if you don't know what your life purpose is, and continue to strive after it, continue to work towards it. If you know what it is, man, it can be anything. You don't have to be coming on here and talking and speaking in front of a camera. It can be through music, through art, through your talent, because things like that, man, inspire other people to do things like that. You know what I mean? To want to strive to get to a high level. You know what I mean? When you do it, when people, you never know, man, who's watching you, what kids, even people older than you. You know what I mean? You can inspire anybody to do anything and to change their life. You feel me? So that's the end of the video. I appreciate y'all for listening. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, drop a comment, leave some inspiration for me, some inspiration for anybody that's watching it. I appreciate y'all, man, and I'm out.